One of the biggest criticisms about the Ninja H2 when it first came out was the weight. And at 525 pounds, full of fluids, um, it's not exactly a lightweight as far as super sports bikes are concerned. And Kawasaki readily admits that it's not a super sport. But does it mean that it can't get around a track pretty good? Quite the contrary. I'm not a great rider, in my humble opinion. I get around pretty good. I'm not a great rider, but I'm effective. At least I think so. Um, there are guys out there that are really, when they had the press release for this thing at Qatar, and they actually said the handling of this bike was pretty good. I was a little bit skeptical, but that was until I first got it out to the track at Summit Point Raceway. And, for a bike of its size, it handles really good. It tips in the corners nice. That may have something to do with the profile of the Bridgestone RS10, but it's a balanced package. It falls in really nice. I mean, you can't hurl it in like an R6, but if you pick your line, it holds. It'll hit its mark. Mid corner, it holds the line well. Um, I find that the chassis is easily upset by the throttle. You have to be super smooth with the throttle, otherwise you get a little wiggle out of the bike. And the traction control, if it cuts in, which it does on level 3 setting, cuts in mid corner, you'll get a little bit of instability. I may experiment, try turning the traction control down from level 3 to level 2, just to allow the bike to slide just a little bit, and see if that helps clean things up. But the corner entries are really good. You don't feel like it's a tank. Um, once the bike is moving, it's kind of like a big person that could dance really well. It's it's really strange, but it'll go in nice. Mid corner, like I said, not the most stable bike in the world. It's not ZX7 stable, but it is, it is pretty stable. The electronic steering damper keeps things under control. Um, no issues mid corner. Corner exit, obviously that largely depends on your throttle hand. You know um, how good you are modulating the throttle. In corner exit, controlling that rear wheel, trying to get maximum drive without the traction control kicking in. Um, you know, it's a big bike. Fatigue wise, look, I'm 205 pounds. I'm a little bit out of shape. I put on about 10 pounds, but I'm 205 pounds. I'm athletic. I had no problem completing 15 to 20-minute sessions a couple of weeks ago. I was able to do the whole session. Did have a little bit of tightness in my leg, my outside leg that I used to clamp the bike on with, but I think that was more fitness than anything. But I'm not super tired when I get off the bike. It is really easy to ride. Um, it's a balanced package. It handles really well. You know, don't knock it till you tried it. Look, it's not a ZX10, it's not a S1000, it's not an R6, right? But um, if you're a strong rider, a big strong rider, I think this is the bike for you. Handling wise. If you're a bigger guy, you fit nice on the bike, doesn't feel too small underneath you. For me, it's just the right size. I'm about 5'11", and like I said, 205 pounds. No problem. In the tight corners, it's composed. In the fast sweepers, it's composed. Um, Very impressed with the handling. So, yes, the Ninja H2 does handle in spite of its weight. I got that heavy boat anchor of a stock exhaust still on the bike, and that caused me no issues whatsoever. Um, that's all I really had to say about the handling. A lot of guys. I remember seeing one test. They said they lapped within 1 second of the leader bike 1000s, of the leader bikes um, at a track test. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, and when I go back to Summit, I'm going to try to pick up the pace and see if I can match some of my old lap times from a couple of years ago when I was really moving out there. Um, but it you know I'm my own limiting factor. The limiting factor in the turns is not the bike. It's definitely me at this point. So if you're on the fence about getting one because you think it's too big and it doesn't handle, don't be. Don't be. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. It gets around the corner really nice, and that's a nice perk for a bike that is really designed for that all-out straight line speed. Kawasaki really did a good job about the balance of the bike. So if you have any questions about the handling of the bike or any particular thing you're interested in, post in the comment section. Let me know, and I'll do my best to give you an honest, candid response to your questions. I've had it on the track twice, have a couple more days lined up, and then I'll probably focus a little bit more on street riding and enjoying the nice weather. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.